So did you grow up speaking Afrikaans?
Afrikaans is my third language. The funny thing is that there's a lot of South Africans now that are coming from South Africa now. It zings. It's like, I'm from South Africa. And then they're like, you are? And I'm like, yeah, who funded me Joe? And they're like, you are from South Africa. Like that one little language that just like saved me 5 minutes of introduction. I think even like if you think about it, like yeah, we have different types of languages here and there, but even music is a language, I think.
Yeah.
You talk about one song and everyone's like, oh, you know that song? That is, you're a millennial. And then everyone's like, no, you're a boomer. And then everyone just sings. It's just so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really well said. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the NG 英文 Show. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Haoen.
Hi， 大家好，欢迎回到 NG 英文，我是 Stephanie。今天来宾是一位多才多艺的人，他是一位导演，也是一位创业家。接下来就让我们来欢迎 Lee。Today I am joined by the multi-talented superstar, super handsome, super tan, Mr. Li An. My man is a director of photography, he's an entrepreneur, and so much more. So everyone, please welcome Lee.
Thank you so much for having me. That's a bit of a crazy intro. Right?
You know, dude, you walked in the door and I was like, who's this super tan, handsome model?
Overly no, stop. No.
Well, the truth is, I've been following your Instagram and I've seen that you've been doing a ton of cycling, excuse me. You've been doing a cycling all over the island recently.
Yeah. No. Just
no, not all.
It's
okay.
Like a little self-challenge. Yeah. And,
you've been taking it pretty seriously, man. You've been doing some hard climbs and.
I mean, you either don't do it or you go full in. Why?
I love
Time
it.
is money.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Well, how about we start with a little self-introduction? Who is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Lee?
No, that's too much. Who is this person? This dude?
He's a humble guy.
No, I'm not. I'm just it. Well, you just call me Lee. My Chinese name is Li An. I'm from South Africa. Came back right after high school, so I did my university right here. My background is very, very complicated, but put in a nutshell, I wasn't meant to be doing filming. I was supposed to be doing more within the medical industry. Came back.
You got secrets. He was like, listen, I don't want to talk before. I'm gonna drop it all here.
I don't want to repeat myself. It gets tiring. I'm too old for that.
This guy.
But yeah, I came back and as a Chalsen, meaning like a foreign student program.
Right.
Something like that.
Kind of like not an exchange in a way, but a little bit, right? It's like a homestay style?
It's kind of, that's a very good question. I actually don't really know. But I came back and then I think I was a windsurf athlete, was nationalist.
I didn't know this either, guys.
But
Here we go.
Came from a big corporate, Microsoft, used to work there. I think, yeah, and then
I'm gonna just keep a list of all the things I didn't know about Lee.
And then started off with as an agency that is more for like corporates or entities. Oops,
no,
my bad.
Perfect. You're perfect.
Corporates or entities that wants to sell their products overseas. I think that time you must know that there was a thing called Kickstarter.
Yes.
You know, these
is that not a thing still?
It's still, but it's not as hyped as before. But before it was pretty hyped because Taiwan was trying to get their brand segment on, because Taiwan before was more OEM based. So there's a lot of these manufacturers that handle these product development. They suddenly want to create their own little department and do branding, and they treated the US and Europe market as a priority, and they're not that good with the culture part. So that's where me and my previous partner handled that situation. And then suddenly I became a director, and then I do video production, but we also do app and web design. So I used to do app and web design, but not anymore. I have my talented team handle that for me now, so I can just focus solely on video production.
Wow.
Is that a nutshell?
That was a
turtle.
That was a beautiful nutshell. Yeah, because it leaves me wanting more. So
no.
Great storyteller over
here.
You
don't get no more.
All right, well, how about we start with I want to go into the app development, but I think just for the sake of time, let's focus on kind of the cinematography side, because you left me hanging right there. How did that transition from product marketing, almost it sounds like a little bit, into becoming a full-fledged, director of photography and essentially director now?
I have to say that there's got to be a foundation towards all this, and I never studied cinematography, but I was always inspired by films and maybe advertisements. But the good thing is that I used to do street dancing when I was in South Africa. And yeah, we used to perform for Missy Elliott.
Add it to the list.
We used to perform for Missy Elliott and Snoop Dogg.
No way! Sick.
But my role in the repertoire, which was what we used to call ourselves, they're not there no more. Me and my friend Six, we used to edit the music.
Got it. So you'd actually be producing in that level, right?
More just editing.
Okay, kind of like mixing.
Yeah,
okay,
like mixing.
DJing style, right?
So the foundation of editing music and doing remixes actually gave me a huge foundation, like a fundamental foundation to video editing, because we all work on timelines. So it came through as we hired a director when we were at an agency. I did the video editing. It wasn't that good. It was never good. But I wasn't happy with what the director did. I'm not gonna say who, but I decided to hold the camera myself. Yeah, like I said, like, you know, oh, you said that I did a lot of cycling, but I'm going full ham on it. Just go full in. But like I said, like if I was really dedicated or have a curiosity or passion towards it, I'll go full ham. And that's what drove me to like really learn the foundations of cinematography at the end.
It started really with music and fueling your dance passion and your kind of b-boy life, really.
B-boy? No,
not b-boy.
No,
different.
Freestyle.
Okay, freestyle. Okay.
Usher. Chris Brown.
Nice. Ooh,
I can't
okay.
dance no more. I'm pretty stiff.
You're getting old.
Yeah.
Okay, so wow, so music really unlocked it for you though, and got you to the place where you wanted to, you know, have a little bit more creative control over what you were doing.
丽来自南非，那他高中之后才回台湾的，所以大学是在台湾读完的。那来宾说他的背景有点复杂，但是简而言之 ，put it in a nutshell， 他本来是想要从事跟医疗相关的产业，但没有想到最后会进入影视产业。那来宾表示，他曾经是风帆冲浪运动员 （windsurf athlete）， 也曾经在微软集团工作过。那后来他成立了一间公司，是专门想要帮助想要往海外发展的。那他提到，其实台湾大多是以代工为主，但其实开始有一些公司想要打造自己的品牌，只是碍于他们不太了解国外的文化，所以就会由来宾的公司担任沟通的桥梁。那来宾也说，他是突然之间成为了导演才开始制作影片的，但其实他们公司也会帮忙做一些 App 跟网站设计。那来宾说，他从来都没有特别学过拍摄，但他一直以来都会从电影啊、广告等等的获取灵感。那来宾也说，因为他以前住在南非的时候，他有跳街舞，那当时他负责剪辑他们的音乐，所以奠定了他剪辑的基础。但后来他创立公司的时候，因为其中一位导演拍出来的作品达不到他的标准，所以他就决定自己拍摄跟剪辑。那他也提到，他是一位只要下定决心就会全力以赴的人，所以后来他就很认真的研究拍摄的基础。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
Thinking now, what are you working on? You're working on television commercials, you're working on product ads, are you doing any like TV dramas? Are you doing full lengths? What's your kind of specialty now?
I mean, like we're in an era right now where social media is a big thing. So I do touch on product videos, and they say TVC, but they're kind of like TVCs, but they're just not that at that level. Right. But made for social media and maybe also for event, you know. I don't know. Because of COVID, I end up doing more what Taiwan facilitates mostly on, which is technology. We have like Acer, ASUS, and all these people in Taiwan, all these entities in Taiwan, these corporates. So the only thing that could keep me afloat based on business was actually take them as clients. Right. So that was what kept the boat moving. And this past 2-3 years, there's been a lot of portfolio from my side that is deal with tech. So if you see my portfolio on Instagram or what, you'll just see like, that's a lot of products. Wow, this guy's so techie. But before that, it was like celebrity documentary or even travel videos and all that.
Do you think there, Mr. Lee, you could talk about the process of starting the company? Yes. And a little bit through the process of how are you making this all work? How are you editing? Are you doing everything in English with your team? Are you doing a little bit of mix now with Chinese and English with your team? Where are you at with all that?
My business production name basically is Creative Blocks. It didn't start it off like that. It started off as Prodigies. So it was pretty cool. But we just changed the name because people say it's very hard to read Prodigy. And I'm like, okay. But then guess what? When it became creative blocks, everyone said they prefer Prodigy. So I was like, it's too late. I'm tired of it. I already made it. I already made a business card, and I'm not gonna spend another bucks to go back and change it back to Prodigy. So the question was, how does it work, right? Well, I do believe there is a logic to a lot of things that require a creative process. Even if you're doing a sound record and all that, or if you're at school writing a report, the overall idea and the foundation of whatever project or goal you're trying to reach is very, very important. So script writing is super important.
Yeah.
And without a very, very solid script, or let's just say you have a contact with your client, without that agreement on the overall concept of that project, it is best to never touch production. Don't. And that's a problem with a lot of people. They just go for the money. But for me, I mean, it makes sense if you're a little bit sensitive towards the finance side. You really need that money, you'll go for it. But for me, I don't really care much about that. I don't even sign the contract until it's agreed on. The script
like
is
the
okay.
full thing, yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's too risky. Because just put it this way, like by doing so, normally they always say that the final edits, it takes 3, right? No, max. But to tell the truth, some people get 10 edits. Me, I normally 2. And then they'll be like, but then maybe 5, but the other 4 was more like, oh, can you change the text? Can you change the font? It's not like refilm. Right. No, it's nothing like that. So basically, script writing is very, very important. And then you get, once that's confirmed, you have to realize that this script is not just a fantasy. It is within your ability to make it become a reality. That is where experience comes in. In the beginning, when you have no experience, it's very risky, but that's where the beauty of starting off your own business comes in, is that there's so many challenges that is gonna come towards you, that you're gonna end up growing white hairs. But then once you get your goal, you just feel so rewarded. But and then that's the thing, like over 10 years of doing so, you don't have much challenges anymore because you get too used to filming the same stuff. It's pretty much like that.
It's cool, man. It's really a beautiful, full picture there you just painted. And
I forgot to answer another thing.
Well, I was just going to actually say, so are you doing that in Mandarin the whole time? Are you doing that in English the whole time?
You do that in Mandarin. I mean, we are in...
Because with the client, you're doing that all in Mandarin, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, like, unless the client is from the States, and then, you speak in English. But to tell the truth, like, priority should be Mandarin, because if you go head up with the heads, like, that's the thing. Like, I like keeping my contacts not just like marketing window or something. I like talking to the head of marketing. I like talking to the vice president. I like talking to the CEOs.
The exec level.
Yeah.
Where things get done.
Well, I mean, it goes against tradition, but at the same time, if you don't tamper with those this authority restrictions, it's gonna benefit everyone, because sometimes it's like broken telephone. We all did this when we were a kid. The broken you have a message you want to deliver to another person, but then in between there's different people, but the main message is to be delivered to that end person. Now, through communication, when you work with clients, when this project needs to be kicked off, they always say that, oh yeah, our team, we want to do a video. To tell the truth, the person that's gonna give it a go is normally the GM or something. So if you don't have a way to, if this is such a creative story and you need to deliver to that person, and then you have other people that deliver to them that is not really within the creative field, that is where the message gets broken, and it's not expressed the way it is. So that's why I like to just go, like, if we have a meeting, bring everyone in here, and then I promise you, within 1 or 2 meetings, we're going to sign a contract. Yeah.
You've got such a system now. I love it.
来宾说他现在主要接产品影片拍摄跟 TVC 为主，那他所谓的 TVC 其实大多是给社群媒体或者活动使用。那来宾分享，因为疫情的关系，他现在大多接的客户类型都是科技类的，像是 Acer、ASUS 这些。那因为这才是他们公司能够继续营运的原因。那来宾说，如果你看他现在的档案，会认为他怎么会拍那么多商品？ 但其实他解释，在疫情之前，他反而拍摄比较多是跟艺人纪录片或是旅游纪录片相关的。那来宾说他们公司叫做 Creative Blocks， 但之前其实叫做 Prodigy， 也就是直接翻译的话是天才的意思。那他会改名的原因是因为很多人认为 Prodigy 太难念了。那来宾也分享他认为所有事情都有一个创作过程，那如果没有跟客户达成一个概念上的共识，他认为最好不要接这种案子。虽然说他知道有一些人可能会为了钱而接下来，但对于来宾来说，他认为要达成共识再签约会比较好。比如说可能通常后字要改3次左右，但实际上他说大概会来回至少10次。但在有共识的前提下，其实后面更改的会比较多，像是可不可以改字体这种微调的需求，而不是要重拍。所以来宾强调其实剧本很重要，因为要意识到这不是单纯的想象而已，而是要实际拍得出这样子的成品。那他也认为一开始会很有挑战性，但如果成功达成之后会很欣慰。他也认为自己创业的好处就是可能刚开始接触会有很多挑战，但久了之后就不太会遇到问题了。那来宾也说他通常工作的时候会用中文为主，除非客户来自美国之类的。而且他表示虽然有点跳脱框架，但他其实比较喜欢跟有决策能力的窗口沟通，像是总经理或行销主管。那他认为其实最终决定权在他们手中，而如果中间还有其他人在传达的时候，有可能没办法完整的传达他们的创作理念。我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
But let's maybe switch gears a little bit if you don't mind, Lee,
Yeah, I don't mind.
and talk about the story of South Africa and then maybe the transition back to Taiwan. How was that for you in terms of, you know, the creative outlets, making sure everything that you wanted to do here in Taiwan was sound? Have you thought about going back to South Africa, anything like that?
I think South Africa to me, let's just put it on a sentimental point. Like it's always gonna be my home because it has made me who I am, especially the way of thought. Creatively, it is my childhood, and it was because of the dance, the street dance, and the friends I was around with. They're all actually into videography right now.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know if he's gonna see this because he's in South Africa, but Offense, and then you got Pops, and you got Eno. They're all either working in television, the other one's doing a more like a studio like what I'm doing, and Pops is more like also ad company. So they're all
Just
behind
like
camera.
that creative.
It's weird.
Yeah.
We never expected that. We expected each other to be doing something like law or doctor or something, but
Really?
we end up becoming something similar. So I guess there was a magic in between all of us that we were creatively thinking. We were at this kind of mindset. I don't know. But yeah, I have to say, like, coming back from South Africa, it was primarily... It's like how my mindset is, you know, and yeah, it has been hard. I mean, Taiwan it's got an interesting culture. It's like a hybrid of everything. You got a bit of the Japanese ways of thinking. You got the traditional, well, I'm not going to say much, but then you also got American and all that. So when you come here, especially if South Africans are so direct, you know, when we have something to say to you, we'll say in front of your face.
Same.
But in no offense,
Yeah,
it's
right.
like we just want to get stuff done.
Let's get to the point.
We really want to get stuff done, and some people find it offensive, or some people will be like, you know, and it's over time you do realize that it does become hard on you, you know. So creative, I think overall, like my entire work, I have to say that the part that I really love about my job isn't really filming, but it's actually people I talk to, my clients or my talents or people I work with. And it doesn't matter what language we talk, it's actually the people who we are, and then do we agree on certain things, you know, and it just makes life so much more fruitful.
It's beautiful. Yeah, you talked about your personality really, and that shines. I mean, you get to work, when I've worked with you, it's very serious, but it's also, hey, let's get to know each other a little bit and have that. Thinking about kind of the language side of that, so did you grow up speaking Afrikaans?
Afrikaans? Yeah. Afrikaans is my third language.
Third language.
It was not fun. I think I almost failed high school because of that. And even like some of my friends, like they only had to speak 2 languages, English and Afrikaans. They also almost failed. It's not a fun language. But I mean, like, the funny thing is that, like, there's a lot of South Africans now that are coming from South Africa now to Taiwan based on certain reasons. You guys can do your homework. But yeah, and it zings. It's like, I'm from South Africa. And then they're like, you are? And I'm like, yeah, who funded me Joe? And they're like, you are from South Africa. You know, just like that one little language that just like saved me 5 minutes of introduction. You know, I just like, who funded me Joe? You know, and then it's like, oh, you speak some Zulu, like, and then they were like, oh, you are. And I'm like, where you from, Joburg? So, I mean, I think even like if you think about it, like, yeah, we have different types of languages here and there, but even music is a language at the end. Yeah. We talk about one song and everyone's like, oh, you know that song? That is, you're a millennial. And then we're like, no, you're a boomer. And then everyone just sings. It's just so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really well said. I mean, I think about, you know, all the stories I've heard on the show. I mean, there's body language. Yeah, there's language of our motherland, and then there's the personalities, right, of all that, and then through the arts, you know, music, poetry, all this. It's just it's wild, and all of that is, you know, little just tools to add to the toolkit.
Yeah, in order for us to actually like interact with one another,
to connect with one another.
Yeah, respect one another.
It's awesome, man. Well, do you remember anything that helped you with Afrikaans or with English at that time? So were you speaking then Mandarin at home with your fam?
Yes.
And then going out, having to speak Afrikaans, and then also English?
No. The thing is that like English should be maybe, I don't know, I'm so confused because you don't know who you are when you're in South Africa, especially when you're Asian. But I think English should be my mother tongue.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
But at home we speak Chinese, Mandarin, you know, so yeah, Afrikaans was like afterwards it was like, oh, you have to have a second language. And I'm like, this is not my second language, and this is Chinese. But then the Chinese schools in South Africa were pretty expensive, so I didn't like it. It was only like one class a week, and it was far away, so we decided to just, you know what, let's just do Afrikaans as second language. I should have took Chinese. I should have, because it would have benefited me so much. But I don't speak Afrikaans over here. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Yeah. But yeah, English is primary, and if you look back in South Africa's history, we are based on the English education system.
Right.
来宾分享，南非对于他来说是个有情感 sentimental 的地方，因为那个是他的家。那他也认为当时一起跳舞的朋友们其实对他也有蛮大的影响。那他们现在也都从事影视制作。他从来没有想过他跟他朋友们都会踏入这个行业，毕竟当时他们都认为对方会走法律或是医疗相关的产业。那来宾说他刚回台湾的时候其实蛮需要适应一阵子的，因为他认为台湾是一个混合多国文化的地方，像是有日本的一些思维、中国的传统、西方的一些影响。但对于来自南非的来宾来说，他们的文化都属于比较直接，比如说如果有什么问题他们都会想要当面对质，并不是为了争吵，而是想要快点解决事情。但对有一些人来说可能会有点被冒犯 offensive 的感觉。那来宾表示他认为工作中他最喜欢的部分其实是可以跟不同的人交流，那他认为这才是让人生感到丰富 fruitful 的地方。那来宾也说因为在南非成长的关系，所以南非语是他的第三语言。那来宾也提到其实这个语言蛮难的，因为就连他的朋友们只需要学南非语跟英文而已，都差点被当掉这门课。那他也分享近期其实越来越多南非人搬来台湾，那其实当他说出他来自南非的时候，大家一开始都会有点不相信，直到他说出他们平常用语，才会有一个连结感。那来宾也认为音乐是一个很容易有连结的东西，像如果你说你可能会一首歌，就会被归类成千禧时代 millennial 之类的。那来宾也说他在家都是使用中文，但因为在南非母语是英文，所以他必须得学第二语言。那后来他选择南非语的原因是因为中文的补习班在南非比较贵，比较少，也比较远。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
We're coming to the end of the NG English show here.
Nice.
And thinking about if you could have given yourself a little advice when you were younger, maybe when you were kind of transitioning and who you are as an Asian man an Asian boy in South Africa, which is already, like you said, a wild journey. Would there be any advice you give yourself about language, life, creative direction, anything?
I don't know, The funny thing is that my answer is always no. I have no advice to give to myself because I don't think there's anything I would like to change. You know, I mean, like we were never perfect. If you were to give some good advice over there, then you might have missed some sad opportunities that will let you learn about certain things. So Yeah, I would say that why then would you give yourself more like, oh, you should learn more Chinese and all that, but then maybe that would take some time away from my street dancing, and just made me limited. So I just there was, like I said, I streamed, right? And I built a community on Discord, and there was this one person that my friend on Discord, his name's called X. We'll just go by codename X.
It was actually Elon Musk.
He's from Netherlands, and he's retired. He's like 50-something years old, and he just says, like he made me a bot to do the moderation of the Discord. So I thank him. I gave him some money on PayPal, and he's like, "Thank you so much. Cheers, mate." And he says, "Make good choices in life," and just like that. And I was like, no one ever says that, after saying thank you. But when I thought about it, I was like, that is actually right, because every moment of your life, if you don't want to regret anything that you've done, just make sure at the moment you made the right choice. Even like right now, saying certain things, you just have to be extra aware. So no regrets and all that. Language-wise, nah, I don't think so. I mean, like, it taught me another way. I came back to Taiwan with the worst Chinese and all that, but I still passed university. How you develop another skill set,
Facts.
And maybe you can use that skill set in career, that is out of textbook. You don't know, but it's not a bad thing.
Street smarts,
book
smarts.
Yeah,
combine them.
Just
superstar.
No, it's not superstar. It's just like just you will learn something on the way, and just be aware of things.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well said, my man.
来宾会给年轻自己的建议就是他不会给任何建议，因为他并没有想要改变什么。他认为如果给了一个好建议，那他有可能错失一个犯错学习的机会。那来宾也说他当时回台湾时其实中文烂透了，但他还是有办法毕业。那他认为关键就在于他发展出了新技能，并且在路上持续学习。那我们就谢谢今天的来宾 Lee。Well,
Mr. Lee, where can people find your life online? Maybe where can they see some of the work you've done, and maybe reach out to you if they want to pitch you?
Actually, I just simplify. I now just simplify a lot of things. We do have a website, and we do have Facebook and all that. But I just say, you know what? If you just really want to see my work and just want to connect with me, just follow me on Instagram. Yeah. So it's the I'm_on Lee.
Boom. I'm Ann Lee.
Yeah, please don't message weird stuff. If you if you have any tips, if you want any tips on filming and all that, I can give some, but I'm not going to give all.
Yes. Respect the man's time and energy.
Oh, no. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's more like respecting the industry. I mean, some people got to make bread.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facts. All right, Lee. Well, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on the NG English show, and we'll talk to you next time.
You take care, guys.
Peace.
Bye. Peace.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the NG English show. Please go follow along with Lee on Instagram. Incredible, beautiful lighting, visuals, all sorts of cool behind-the-scenes stories of his life. Dope. Or myself, John Drummond 89, or Young Helen on IG. All right, everyone. Thank you for your patience, your dedication to learning, and your talent. We'll talk to you next time. Peace. All right. Well, that is our NG Ingwen show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG Ingwen, or you can search on IG, NG English ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.